Hello everyone and welcome to another video. Today we have another one of my top YouTube reviewer videos. For those of you who don't know, I usually do top 10 lists now, or compilations of lists where I go through, I look at all the YouTube reviewers' videos on a particular subject matter, cram them all together in order to get an average or a baseline of what their picked, favorite fragrance picks are. So this video, as you can see from the video or title, is focused on winter. So what I went ahead and did was I went through, checked all of the YouTube reviewers' top winter picks for 2011, compiled it into a list, assigned numbers based off of the placement. So for example, if a reviewer selected Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille as his #1 fragrance and had a top 10 list, that #1 fragrance would have a higher rating than the fragrance that he selected at #3, and so on. Combine those into a list and you get a nice average for both score, and you get a most mentioned type of rating. So there are 6 categories in this video. Most frequently mentioned designer, most frequently mentioned niche, most frequently mentioned combined, both designer and niche, most highest rated designer, highest rated niche, and highest rated combined, basically. So we've got those 6 lists. Without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Let's start off with the designer side. We're going to start off with the designer most mentioned. Now, at number 10, Gucci Pour Homme 1. Number 9, Terre de Hermès. Number 8, Fahrenheit. Number 7, Thierry Mugler's Pure Coffee. Number 6, L'Instant de Guerlain Extrait. Number 5, La Nuit de l'Homme. Number 4, Pure Havane by Thierry Mugler. Number 3, Angel Men, again by Thierry Mugler. Number 2, Pure Malt by Thierry Mugler. And the #1 most mentioned designer fragrance, Dior Homme Intense. So I'm going to go ahead and put the list up right here. As you can see, this list is heavily dominated by the TM fragrances, or Thierry Mugler fragrances. The Pure series up and down. The one that caught me by surprise that I didn't expect to be there was Pure Coffee. But enough people did mention Pure Coffee in their favorite fragrances video, so it gets the nod at most mentioned. The other one that kind of caught me by surprise was Terre de Hermès, but thinking back on it, I guess it kind of makes sense just because it is one of the stronger citruses. It is a unique citrus that kind of jumps out at people. But other than that, usual suspects, I was able to correctly guess what would be the #1 most mentioned fragrance, just kind of going through and without compiling it. So let's move on to the next list, and that is most mentioned niche fragrances. Let's start off with number 10. Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. Number 9. Guerlain's Spiritueux Double Vanille. Number 8. Guerlain's Tonka Imperial. Number 7. Tom Ford's Tuscan Leather. Number 6, Tom Ford's Amber Absolute. Number 5, L'air du désert de Moroccan by Angie Tower. Number 4, Sergentins Chergui. Number 3, Bond Number 9's New Harlem. Number 2, Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. And the #1 most mentioned niche fragrance, Frédéric Mall's Musc Ravageur. I'm going to put the list up again right here. So really no surprises for me looking at this list, except for probably the last one, Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. Other than that, you've got your usual suspects here for some fragrances that are pretty popular within the community. L'air du désert de Moroccan actually did come up as a bit of a surprise. I didn't realize that many people were mentioning it in their top winter picks. But other than that, solid list up and down. Musc Ravageur is still up there, as well as Tonka Imperial and New Harlem. as well as, Shirky and the usual suspects. So let's go on to the combined list now. So this is mashing together both and just giving you the overall most mentioned fragrances for the winner picks of 2011. That is number 10, Tom Ford's Amber Absolute. 9, Terry Mugler's Pure Havane. 8, L'air du Désert de Moroccan by Andy Tower. 7, Serge Lutens Chergui. 6, Bond Number 9's New Harlem. 5, Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. 4, Angel Men by Terry Mugler. Number 3, Pure Malt by Terry Mugler. Number 2, Musc Ravageur by Frédéric Malle. And the number 1 most mentioned fragrance overall, Dior Homme Intense by Christian Dior. So the most mentioned fragrance is a designer. No real surprise there. Musc Ravageur was actually pretty close though, so a lot of people mentioned it. A lot of people, it appears, do have it in their list, and it did make it up there. But very popular fragrances and very solid fragrances overall for the winner. These are fragrances that are going to last, fragrances that are going to project, fragrances that do well in cold weather. So this is the list, again, from YouTube reviewers. So with that, let's go ahead and move on to the ratings section, and that's literally the placement or the ratings of the actual fragrances and that list. So starting off with the designer side. Number 10, L'Instant de Guerlain Extreme by Guerlain. Number 9, Terry Mugler's Pure Malt. 8, Jean-Paul Gaultier's Le Male. 7, Gucci Pour Homme 1. 6, Terry Mugler's Pure Havane. 5, Dior Homme Intense. 4, Terre de Hermès. 3, La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. 2, Christian Dior's Fahrenheit. And the highest rated designer fragrance, Terry Mugler's Angel Men. Again, this is meaning, here's a list right here. This list essentially means that when the fragrance was mentioned, it got high ratings. Now, there was a certain cutoff that I put. In other words, a fragrance had to be mentioned at least like 2 or 3 times in order for it to qualify for this list. But overall, the fragrances that are higher up on the list are the fragrances that got highest ratings when they were mentioned. So that's the way to actually think of this list. All right, let's move on to the niche side. At number 10, Bond Number 9's New Harlem. At number 9, Frédéric Malle's Musc Ravageur. At 8, Nasomaro's Duro. 7, Andy Tower's L'air du Désert de Moroccan. 6, by Kilian's Back to Black. 5, Tom Ford's Amber Absolute. 4, Frappin's 1270. 3, Nasomaro's Black Afghano. 2, Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. And the number 1 rated niche fragrance, Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. So here's the list. Very surprising to me on a couple of levels. Number 1, I honestly did not expect Noir de Noir to be up there on that list. But again, whenever it was mentioned in high regards or in high ratings. Duro, or the Nasumato presence, did surprise me as well, with both Black Afghano and Duro appearing on the list. That took me by surprise, as well as Frappin 1270. A lot of the usual suspects for the winter fragrances, although they were mentioned, they weren't mentioned at the highest point on the list. That doesn't mean they're bad fragrances by any means. I mean, the fact that they're mentioned at all is a good indication. But again, these are the fragrances that are listed up there as far as ratings goes. So let's move on to the last list, and that is the combined list. Starting off at number 10, we have Terre de Hermès. At number 9, La Nuit de l'Homme by Yves Saint Laurent. Number 8, Back to Back by Kilian's Back to Black. 7, Tom Ford's Amber Absolute. 6, Frappin's 1270. At number 5, Nasumato's Black Afghano. Number 4, Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. Number 3, Tom Ford's Noir de Noir. Number 2, Christian Dior's Fahrenheit. And number 1, Thierry Mugler's Angel Men. So this is the highest rated fragrance list, as you can see here, for overall. Angel Men, yes, it was Angel Men. As much as, you know, the times that it was actually mentioned, it always got high marks. It always got marks that were up there. Fahrenheit was the surprise to me. That I did not expect to be on the list at all, but sure enough, it is there. Again, I went over some of the usual suspects for what I thought were kind of surprises, but again, you can use this list to figure out what people are liking and enjoying. Looking at all these lists, you can get a good idea of what you might want to pick up for winter, what, you know, maybe a good idea for you to take a look at, either investigating, you know, wearing a lot, or whatever your purposes may be. But this is a list coming from YouTube reviewers. So if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free, leave a note down below, message me, I'll get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And enjoy the winter, enjoy the holiday season, and smell great, pick up fragrances, whatever you want. Thank you, take care of yourselves, and have a great day.